Ants first appeared on the Earth between 140 to 168 million years ago, during the Jurassic period, a time when dinosaurs roamed the land and plant life consisted mostly of cone and spore-bearing species like pines and ferns. Ants were scarce compared to other insects, until flowering plants began to blossom and produce flowers and fruits around 100 million years ago. Flowering plants provided lots of new food sources and habitats for ants and their close relatives, wasps, hornets, and bees. Over time, different ant species evolved to fill different ecological niches. Some burrowed into the forest floor, while others dwelled in the leaf litter, and still others made their nests in the treetops. Some scavenged for plant fruits, leaves, and seeds, while others preyed on pests that fed on these flowering plants. Continental shift and climate change. During the time when ants began to diversify, Earth's continents were clumped together into two supercontinents, Eurasia and Gondwana. Over time, these two supercontinents began to drift apart and break up into the continents we know today. As they drifted, these continents experienced climate changes based on their migrating locations on the globe and geological events such as mountain building and volcanic activity. Plant and animal species living on these moving continents either adapted to the changes or eventually became extinct. Ant diversity today. Through all these continental and climatic shifts, ants managed to survive and thrive, eventually colonizing almost every landmass on Earth. Today, scientists have identified more than 12,500 species, but anticipate that there is perhaps another 10,000 species yet to be discovered. The most dominant insect on Earth, ants are so abundant in the tropics alone that their biomass actually outweighs that of all vertebrate animals 2 to 1. So what's the secret to their success? The story is contained in their genetic record. Ant DNA testifies to how they've adapted and diversified in response to changes in their climate, geology, and geography over their ancient and enduring history. By studying the genes of ants, scientists can learn more about the traits that make different ant species and other related insects more resilient or susceptible to environmental challenges, which can help researchers forecast possible responses to events such as climate change. We've all endured the experience of an uninvited parade of ants intruding on a picnic. And it's true that certain species can become pests when they regularly forage through your home in search of food. But did you know that ants can be beneficial to both humans and the environment? Ants and pest control. Many species of ants prey on the eggs and larvae of other bothersome household bugs such as flies, fleas, silverfish, bed bugs, and even cockroaches. If left to colonize the perimeter of your yard, ants can even act as a barrier to termites, their mortal enemies. Ants and agriculture. Some ants can also be an aid to agriculture. Many farmers use predatory species as inexpensive, natural, and effective biological control agents. For almost 1,700 years in China, citrus growers have been nurturing green tree ant colonies in their orchards to keep harmful insects off crops. Like earthworms, ants also help create healthy topsoil by digging nests and tunnels. Ants aerate and turn over the dirt, bringing nutrients closer to the surface. Plus, their tunnels allow rainwater to circulate more fully through the soil. In nature, seed harvesting ants can even increase the dispersal, survival, and germination rate of seeds. How? By transporting seeds to new habitats and storing them in nutrient-rich ant nests where they can sprout in a safe environment, protected from seed predators as well as drought. Ants as environmental indicators. The diversity of the ant population and the health of ant colonies in the wild can also act as an indicator of habitat health. Conservation groups often monitor ant communities to evaluate the impact of ecological disturbances and measure the success of restoration projects. And perhaps one of the most intriguing ways ants can benefit the environment is through their genes. Stored within ant DNA is the record of how climate change has affected the diversity of ants throughout their long evolutionary history. Armed with this information, we can better predict how ants and other related insects that are vital in maintaining soil health, managing pests, and aiding in agriculture may respond to the current environmental challenges we face.